Well, I'm Brian Mogg, Golf Magazine Top 100 teacher. We're here at Chambers Bay, side of the 2015 U.S. Open. Puget Sound, Northwest has never really hosted a U.S. Open ever before. And the first time it's coming here is to Chambers Bay. The golf course is only 10 years old. This was a gravel pit. The county bought the land up here and have built a world-class golf course. Unbelievably unique, kind of that Scottish look. The golf course calls for things that are very unlike a U.S. Open. You're not going to have heavy, thick, roughed and lightning fast greens. You're not going to have a traditional country club. This is a public golf course. It's got fescue. It's got kind of hobnobby ground. It's got elevated greens with lots of roll. You miss a green, you're not going to miss it by a yard. It might roll 30, 40 yards off a green. You're going to have to hit all kinds of different shots. We've put together 5 keys that are going to help you and help the pros learn how to play this golf course. Virtually no one's ever played it except for a few of the local guys that are on tour from here. So when they come in and play it for the Open, a lot of it's going to be a first-time experience. These 5 keys are going to be really important. You've got a lot of fun on the back 9 where up to 3 par 4s could be drivable. We're going to highlight number 12, and what do you do when you've got a very narrow, tight par 4 with a gamble? Go for it or lay up? What kind of shots are going to be important? We're going to go to the 14th hole and highlight what do you do off some crazy lies where the ball position is either well below or well above your feet, and having to learn to take some of the curvature off it as well as keep your balance during the swing. 16th hole behind me, this is going to be fun on Sunday. They're going to likely put the tee up and present about a 300 to 280 to 300 yard par 4 with the pin in the back neck of a green that is just very diabolical, almost no room left or right. Road and railroad track down below, out of bounds to the right, and guys are going to have to decide whether they can go for it and make a possible eagle, but if not, you can make a big number. We've done a lot with wedge work on that hole because wedges are going to be an important part of that, and how do you score hitting a wedge shot, not just for the pros, but for the amateurs. 17 and 18 are devoted to short game. When you do miss a green, you've really got 2 options. Grab your 60 degree and hope you can flop it off a very tight lie, or play the Scottish shot, keep it on the ground, likely use a fairway wood or a hybrid, and try and feel how you can putt a shot, keep it on the ground and get your feel right. 18, we're going to highlight for how big the green and how much elevation change there are. These greens are quite large with a lot of slope in them, and you're going to have some of the fastest downhill putts ever seen as well as some of the slowest uphill putts ever seen, and the golfers are going to have to negotiate that with their putter. As you look around Chambers Bay, it's all fescue, not just the wispy rough that we've kind of seen on some of the courses. Every blade of grass from the greens, the tees, the fairways, and the rough is fescue. That's a different grass than anybody's ever played on before. You're going to see and have some different experiences. The pros are going to have some pretty big attitude and emotional swings here as they deal with some of the adversity. There's so many things that are really going to be unpredictable, and that's one thing I think the fans are going to love about Chambers Bay. It is not a traditional golf course. It is not going to have just kind of a straightforward, got to hit the fairway, got to hit the green, hope the 2-putt. You're going to see some good ways, some wacky stuff go on. The pros are really going to have to be patient. The general fan watching on the TV is going to really learn to enjoy some scenic shots, a great golf course, and one of the most challenging aspects of the game ever seen.